Hello and welcome to Colred Plays Raid Shadow Legends. I am Colred. Thank you for joining me. So as I record this video, it is about 2:30 a.m. Friday morning. Now the reason I am still up is because I have a few last tasks to complete in the Blade Master Titan event in order to get my 4-star Rathalos soul. And I think here on the HH Challenge account, that 4-star soul is going to be incredibly important, and I really don't want to miss out. So I've been playing all evening, and as I've been doing my tasks and collecting my points, something occurred that was really cool. It's something I've been thinking a lot about recently. I've even talked about it a little bit in my Discord community with some other players and maybe hinted at it in a live stream or two. But I have to show you right now because the conditions under which it is occurring, I have to break to continue in the Blade Master event. I really don't have a choice. I got to record this video at 2:30 in the morning. Now, because I am a free-to-play player and I always love to double and triple dip, we're going to make this video serve extra duty. It's going to do 3 things for us. So the first thing it's going to do, it's going to be an update of the HH Challenge account. It's Friday, technically, and Friday's a great day for an account update. The second thing it's going to do is going to be an opportunity for me to showcase my brand new Nergigante Archer, who I won in last weekend's Champion Trading Tournament. So many of you were really excited about that. You joined me for that late night live stream and it was really fun. So we're going to show off the Archer a little bit. And then the third thing that's going to happen is we're going to talk about this mechanic that is new to the game since the changes to the blessing. And I think it's going to be a mechanic that's incredibly valuable to free-to-play players, especially in the early and mid game, but maybe even later on. I think we're going to find some creative ways to use this and potentially solve some problems in very efficient ways. All right, that's a lot, and it's late, and I have to go to bed. Let's get started. So here she is, Nergigante Archer. As you can see, my account's in pretty good shape. I have 4 champions. The 4th one, Melga Steel Girdle, is about to be level 60. Now, she is not in the offense tree. She's going to be in the defense and support tree, but she's providing a lot of sturdiness to my account. You can also see the 2-star soul on her, which is also helping. I've picked Emergency Heal. And this is actually what I want to talk about. I want to talk about Emergency Heal. Not because on Melga it's very meaningful. She has a shield she puts up, and so she gets an Emergency Heal whenever that shield breaks. But I've actually also chosen Emergency Heal here on Nergigante Archer. You might think that's a little bit of a strange choice, but she does have some sustain built into her kit. She heals all allies by 10% of their max HP when attacking enemies under a Hex debuff. So she's got that built-in sustain already, and this may make you think that she can be a solo champion. She's a defensive-based champion. She's got sustain in her kit. Let's get her in some regen and immortal, and she could probably solo a whole lot of content. The problem is I don't have any good regen. All of my good regen actually is on Melga, and I'm not taking it off of her. These are all 4-star pieces, as you can see, but they're good 4-star pieces. But I really don't have anything better than that. I don't have any more pieces. So Nergigante didn't get any lifesteal. She didn't get any regen. She didn't get any immortal. What did she get? She got some Relentless gear. Now, Relentless gear is very good gear for Nergigante Archer, and as you can see, I've got a nice defensive percentage chest piece, 6 stars, and I got some 5-star HP percentage gloves. I wish that triple roll and crit rate had gone into speed, because that is a very weird piece, but for right now, in this stage of the game, this is going to serve me well. Now, I don't have any good perception pieces right now, so I've just got some speed pieces, but you can see that I've gotten the accuracy up to 90, which is just high enough for what content I'm running right now. And as soon as I unlock her and get her to 6 stars, I can put a banner on her. I don't think I have an accuracy banner actually, but we'll get some extra speed and HP on her. Now, the reason I have to show you what I'm going to show you right now is because I am about to 6-star Nergigante Archer for the champion training event that is going on. And so I can just keep leveling her up to 60. But she is awesome, guys. She is absolutely phenomenal. She's super tanky. She's really survivable. And with this Emergency Heal, she gets a lot of value out of this Blood Shield ring. I actually only have 2 Blood Shield rings on this entire account. One of them happened to be in the Barbarian faction, which was completely useless for me until I won the Archer. And so I put it on her right away. And rather than get her into a Phantom Touch or a Brimstone or any other, like, it really doesn't matter. I wanted her to be survivable. She's going to solo everything for me. I'm going to get her to 6 stars, and I think she's going to run the world. That's the way this is going to work. So I want to actually show you something right now. If you look at her stats, by the way, her stats are pretty good for, you know, where she is. 36,000 HP, 2.7k, call it defense, 183 speed, 91 resist, 90 accuracy. Nothing fantastic, nothing crazy. It is in Relentless Gear. I'd like her faster. I'd love to run her up at 220, but I just don't have it there. I'd love her accuracy to be at 220, but I just don't have it there. I'd love her defense to be at 3.5k. Maybe we'll get there when we 6-star her. Now, I do have that 1-star soul, which allowed me to get this emergency heal, but she's already just really tanky, and combining her with Melga has been awesome. They just don't die. But now I'm going to show you something special. I'm trying to get up through Doom Tower as well, and I've gotten to the 2nd Scarab boss. Now, I've been stuck here for a couple of days because I don't have Blood Shield rings, or I didn't, on anybody that I could use. Right? I had one for the Demon Spawn faction, and I don't really have any Demon Spawn at all on the account. And I had one in the Barbarian faction. The best champion that I had was a 4-star High Katoon. But now I've got Archer. And so this is what I'm going to show you. I'm going to put High Katoon in the lead here, and I'm going to put Archer in. Now, I've got a level 40 champion and a level 50 champion. You can see they actually both have emergency heal, but High Katoon, I took the ring off of High Katoon and put it onto Archer, so High Katoon doesn't actually have the ring. She's getting no value from her soul right now. So this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to run these 2 champions. That's literally it. This is floor 60 of normal Doom Tower. And I'm going to basically solo this. By the way, let me just show you, before we even do this, let me just show you the masteries here. I've got no masteries. I've got no masteries. I don't have War Master yet. She's not even 6 stars. I don't even have my Lore of Steel yet. I don't have the buff extensions. I don't have the debuff extensions. I've got nothing going on right now. I'm just working my way up. But she's going to basically solo Scarab Boss right now. She's going to solo the waves, and then she's going to solo the boss at level 50 with no regen, no lifesteal, no immortal, just her own sustain and emergency heal with a Blood Shield ring. And that's it. It's going to be nuts. I think it's nuts. I think it's nuts. She's incredibly powerful, and it's really cool. So as you can see here, you know, she gets her stuns off. She has just enough accuracy for this floor to get her stuns off and get her hexes off, get the provokes off. So she really doesn't have to worry about the waves very much. Look at that. 100% stun here. As long as she doesn't weak hit, right? 100% provoke. She's just chewing through the waves. The only reason that High Katoon is here is to speed her up so she gets up to about 200 speed, right? If I could get another 5 or 6 speed on her, I would. And hopefully I can do that once I get her to 6 stars. A minute 7. She got to the boss in a minute 7 with nothing by herself. She's not in a DPS build. She doesn't have a 100% crit rate. And now I want you to watch what happens here. We're not going to watch this whole run because this run would probably take 25 minutes. And I'm not going to make you wait for that. And I don't have the time. I got to go to bed. So, but I want you to watch this. Basically what happens is Nergigante Archer shoots the boss. Any hit, doesn't matter what it is, and gets a little tiny shield from her Blood Shield ring. That prevents the boss from counterattacking on that hit, right? Because he only counterattacks when you don't have a shield, and the shield ring counts as a shield, even though it happens on that hit. So you don't get counterattack. And what that means is she's going to get an opportunity because she's just barely fast enough, and because she's in Relentless, she's going to get an opportunity to get her Hex debuff out there. So if she has her Hex debuff out there, every time she hits the boss, she heals herself for 10%. In addition, every time he removes her shield, she gets a 3% heal from emergency heal. And it's just enough, folks. I mean, it's just enough. But I ran this for about 10 minutes before, and she never died. It's potentially possible that she could die. I mean, the RNG could work out that she just happens to lose the streak of heals that she needs. But basically, you can see the Hex is up now, and she's getting a 10% heal from every hit. Plus, she gets her heal from the shield, from the little tiny shield that gets broken. No regen, no immortal, no lifesteal, no level 60. And here she is at floor 60 of normal Doom Tower, soloing the Scarab boss. Now you can see we've taken about 100 turns, a little bit over 100 turns, and we're maybe just now about 10% in. So this is probably going to be an 1100 to 1200 turn run. But if you happened to win your Archer from the Champion Training Tournament last weekend, or you just happened to pull one from a shard in the current event that is going on right now, the 2x Sacred, this is all you need to keep climbing Tower. Now, I'm going to have her at 6 stars tonight before I go to bed. In fact, maybe I'll do that right at the end of this video. It should be fun. And I can't imagine how strong she's going to be once I get her fully masteried and at level 60. It's going to be an absolute blast running her on this challenge account. I am eyeing content that I could not think about a week ago. I'm thinking about Hydra. I'm thinking about Ice Skull. I'm thinking about all the dungeons. I want to get into hard mode dungeons. I want to get into hard mode dungeons with this one champion. I don't even know. I mean, Spider is going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. So I'm actually going to stop it here, but you can see, I mean, this would take a while, but probably somewhere in the vicinity of like I said, maybe 25 minutes, but it's going to go a lot faster once I get my War Master on her. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so as you can see, this emergency heal is really interesting. It does really interesting things. The first thing is every single blessing now gives HP as the very first level of stat bonus. So what that means is any champion is going to get a little bit tankier when they get this blessing. In addition, that's going to improve the magnitude of the heal that you get from emergency heal. Remember, if you have this at 3 stars, it's a 6% heal. If you have it at 5 stars, it's 9. And if you have it at 6 stars, it's 15%. 15% is a regen set. So now you can have a regen set, an immortal set, and another regen set, plus the built-in sustain of this champion. Now, if you are a viewer of this channel, you know how much I love tanks. I love tanks. And as a free-to-play player, if I can solve any puzzle in the game with just one champion, that's what I want to do. I think that's awesome. It's really efficient for free-to-play players to not have to build 20 champions to solve 20 problems, right? Like, if we can build one champion who we can just solve problems with, let's do that. Let's do that. And this is an awesome champion. So think about all of those solo champions out there who are already good solo champions, but maybe you don't have the gear to quite get them all the way home. You can slow down your run a little bit. Get away from the Phantom Touch. Maybe get away from your Brimstone. I know those speed up the runs, but if you don't have the stats to turn that solo champion into a 100% reliable solution, now you can swap over to emergency heal if you have a blood shield ring. And that combo is going to basically give you, in this case, another immortal set. And the more stars you get, the better it's going to be. Now, the other thing we can start thinking about is the champions that are just on the edge of being solo champions. Maybe they're not quite tanky enough. Maybe they don't have quite enough sustain. And when you put them in a regen set and an immortal set, it was close, but not good enough. I can think of one I also have on this account that I pulled just recently, which is Selenia. She has this A1 that gives her a nice size heal. It actually doubles when she hits a target under HP burn. And I've used her to good effect in Sand Devil's Necropolis. She actually soloed duoed with Godseeker Aniri all the way up to stage 25. I've been trying to find a way to turn her into a solo champion for months since she was introduced into the game, but she's just a little too squishy. Her HP pool and her defense are pretty low. But if I can add a blessing that gives her additional regeneration, it might just be enough to allow her to become a solo champion in some interesting places. Again, maybe in Doom Tower. So there are more champions in the game to experiment with this combination of Blood Shield rings and emergency heal. And I'm asking you to get your thinking caps on, start theory crafting, and let's see what we can come up with. It's not something that endgame players are going to do. They're not interested in this kind of solution. They have powerful champions where they don't need a little bit of an extra heal to solve a problem. They just overpower it, or they're trying to clear it in 15 seconds instead of 15 minutes. But for us here in the early game or the mid game, for us free-to-play players who don't have access to all of those solutions, this little mechanic, this new little tweak, could provide a lot of value. And I think we need to think about it and then share those ideas with each other. So if you come up with anything, definitely let me know in the comments below of this video, or come to the Discord channels and start posting ideas there. There are all sorts of roster channels over there, so we can maybe figure out something cool. Okay, so as promised, here I am about to 6-star Nergigante Archer. 1, 2, 3, my 2 5-star chickens. Let's get that done. All right, that was fun. That was pretty cool. She went backwards, obviously, but her HP pool is going to be a lot higher. Her defense is going to be a lot higher. She's going to hit harder. She's going to be more survivable. I can't wait. I don't quite have, you can see I actually burned through all of my potions getting her to 5 stars. So it's going to be a little bit of a wait until I can get her fully ascended. I got to wait for the potion keep to open, and then I can get that banner on her. But for right now, there she is, and I got to start leveling her up again. Okay, so I'm going to get to that, and then I'm going to head to bed. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below, what did you think about the emergency heal? I don't want to call it a trick, mechanic. Let's call it a mechanic. You think you're going to find good use for it? I definitely think I'm going to find some use for it right here, if not in other places. So we'll experiment in the days to come, and we'll see what we can figure out. Thanks so much for hanging out. I've been Colred, and I will see you in another video soon.